You know those rare books, the ones that aren't just guides, but they feel like a wise, witty friend whispering encouragement right in your ear.
Oh, absolutely. They kind of get you, right? They
Yeah.
see the struggle.
Yeah, exactly. And they make you feel a bit less alone in whatever messy thing you're trying to do.
Those are the real treasures.
Yeah,
They stick with you.
totally. And today, we're taking a deep dive into one of those absolute gems, Anne Lamott's Bird by Bird.
Ah, yes. A classic.
Yeah, okay, on the surface, it's a writer's guide, sure, but it's just so much more than that.
It really is. It's kind of a guide to living almost, with honesty, courage.
Navigating all the chaos, yeah. Creativity, life, the whole shebang.
And what's interesting for our deep dive today is we're working from a reader's really detailed notes and personal reflections on the book.
Right, so it's not just our take, it's filtered through someone else's experience, too.
Exactly. And our mission here is to pull out those key nuggets, the surprising bits, the really practical wisdom, and why it still feels so relevant.
Basically, a shortcut for you to get why this book is so beloved, especially if you're trying to unlock your own creativity or just, handle life's messiness better.
Okay, so let's start with the magic of it. Bird by bird. The first impression.
It's just this wonderful mix, isn't it? Whimsical, but profound.
Definitely. Like having coffee with your smartest, funniest, maybe slightly neurotic friend.
Totally. It's comforting, but it also pushes you a bit. It's just so human.
And the notes really highlighted its bigger message. It's not just writing advice
No, it's about living wide-eyed, as the note said, forgiving your inner mess.
and sharing your voice, even if it shakes a little.
That's such a great line. It's a whole philosophy.
And that core idea, the one everyone knows.
Bird by bird.
Right. It's okay to feel small, okay to feel scared. Just take it one little step at a time.
It's like permission to just breathe. Cuts through the overwhelm.
It really does. So effective.
Okay, let's dig into part one. The practical stuff, actually getting words on the page. For so many people, myself included, just starting.
Oh, the blank page terror. It's real.
It feels like this huge, empty desert.
Yeah. And Lamott's genius is how she just dismantles that fear. So simply.
What does she suggest?
Just write one paragraph.
That's it.
That's it. Anything. Don't worry if it's good. Don't worry if it makes sense. Just get something down.
The first little bird.
Exactly.
So for us, the takeaway is maybe create a little ritual, like a playlist or a specific tea.
Yeah. Trick your brain into showing up. A little cue.
Because, like the note said, perfection is the enemy of existence itself.
Wow.
Wow.
Powerful. Right. It's just about showing up, not being perfect.
Okay, so you get something down. What's next?
Then she talks about short assignments. So focus even smaller.
Smaller than one paragraph.
Yeah, like one tiny scene, one short moment. She uses this great image.
What is it?
Imagine a 1-inch picture frame.
Okay.
And just write what you see through that. Like just the smell of a bakery or the way light hits one specific thing.
Huh. That really breaks it down. So you could use, like, sticky notes for tiny details?
Totally. Or flashcards, micro scenes. The notes called it survival through snippets, tiny victories.
I like that. Takes the pressure off. And once you have those snippets, then what?
Then you get to the famous part, shitty first drafts.
Ah, yes. The holy grail for writer's block.
Pretty much. Her message is just so freeing. Write crap, then clean up later.
She actually admits her own first drafts are terrible.
Oh, yeah. Chaotic, shameful. She calls them compost. She basically gives you permission to make a mess.
And that permission to suck, honestly, that's real creative freedom right there.
It lists such a weight.
Because that inner editor, mine used to just paralyze me, hovering over every word.
Lamott suggests doing these ugly writing sprints, like 15 minutes, just go, no backspace.
Just let it all pour out unfiltered.
Exactly, because you can't edit a blank page, can you?
Nope, nothing to edit.
And this ties right into her points on perfectionism.
Right. She sees it as a bad thing, not a virtue.
Definitely bad.
Yeah.
A major obstacle. She calls it the voice of the oppressor.
Oof, that hits hard. That little voice telling you it's not good enough.
Yeah, it stops you before you even start. So her fix,
What is it?
set word count goals, not quality goals.
So, like, I'm going to write 500 words of junk today, and that's okay.
Exactly. Job done. It's such a smart reframe. Like the notes say, better messy than dead inside.
Huh. I love that. Something is always better than nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're writing, but where do the ideas come from?
Good question. Does she have tips for that?
She says, look at the mundane, everyday stuff, like school lunches.
School lunches, really?
Yeah, tap into those ordinary memories. She talks about, the deep sadness of a soggy sandwich,
Oh, God, I remember those.
or the pure triumph of finding a Twinkie in your lunchbox.
Yeah.
Those small things have real emotional weight.
So find the extraordinary in the ordinary.
Exactly. Make a list of weird food memories, embarrassing school moments. That stuff is gold for characters.
The note said it inspired the reader to mine my daily drudgery for stories. I can see that.
It opens up so much material you might otherwise ignore.
Okay, what else?
Then there's the Polaroids idea.
Polaroids. Like a camera.
Kind of. The message is that stories develop slowly, like a Polaroid picture.
Ah, okay. The image isn't clear right away. You have to wait.
Exactly. You need patience. Trust the process.
So you don't need the whole plot figured out before you start writing.
Not at all. Let it emerge. Maybe start with just a mood or one image and see where the next paragraph takes you.
That fights impatience, which I definitely struggle with. The note said, the image isn't clear until you sit with it. Need to remember that.
Mm-hmm. And that approach flows right into how she talks about character.
Okay, how else so?
Her big message is, let your characters guide the story.
Instead of you telling them what to do.
Right. Treat them like real people. Interview them almost. Ask about their fears, their secrets.
What they keep under the bed. I remember that part.
Yeah. You're discovering them, not just inventing them.
That changes everything. You stop dictating. You start listening. The notes called them unruly house guests I must listen to.
Huh. That's perfect. And letting them lead, that naturally shapes the plot.
So plot comes from character, not the other way around.
Exactly. Forget those rigid formulas, she says. Think about how your specific character would react if they lost everything.
Or the what if method. Like, what if my really shy character suddenly had to give a huge speech?
Precisely. The reader found that concept liberating.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. It makes the story feel organic, alive.
Okay, so character drives plot. How do you make the story sound alive?
Dialogue. That's key. Her message is simple. Authentic dialogue reveals who characters really are.
How do you know if it's authentic?
Read it out loud.
Ah.
If it sounds fake, clunky. It is. She even suggests, like, mentally recording conversations you overhear in cafes.
To catch the real rhythm and quirks.
Exactly. Dialogue should sound like life, not like capital L literature.
Makes sense. Reveal character through how they actually talk.
And then there's set design. The setting itself.
How important is that?
Hugely important. It breathes life into the story. Think about it. A love confession in a graveyard feels totally different than one in a sunny park.
Right. The place itself changes the mood, the meaning.
She suggests sketching the scenes, smells, colors, weather, everything. The reader noted they started paying attention to the texture of places, not just the people in them.
That's a great insight. Texture of places.
And there's something we all face. False starts.
Oh, yeah. Writing yourself into a corner.
Totally. But her message is crucial. Except that wrong turns are part of the process.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True, but she talks about scrapping entire drafts herself. But those dead ends weren't wasted. They cleared the path.
So don't despair. Maybe make a graveyard of words folder like the note suggests.
Yeah. Forgive yourself. They're just detours, not defeats. Part of the journey.
Which feels related to the idea of a plot treatment, like an outline.
Sort of. Her message is outline loosely, but don't marry it.
Okay, so have a general direction, like heading north.
Exactly. Know the rough direction, but allow for detours, for surprises along the way, maybe just a list of key emotional beats.
The notes called it jazz writing, structure with room for improvisation.
I love that description. It captures it perfectly.
So how do you know when you're actually done? That's always the question.
The million-dollar question. Her answer is basically, you're done when you can't think of anything else meaningful to add or subtract.
That feels a bit vague.
It is, but it's also true. Sometimes you just have to let it go, like a parent letting their grown child leave home.
Maybe set a let it go date.
That could work. The notes summed it up as the art of stopping before you ruin it.
Huh. Yes. Definitely an art.
Okay, that covers the practical writing part. Should we move into part 2, the mindset stuff?
Yeah, let's do it. The writing frame of mind. Cultivating that inner wisdom. It starts with looking around.
And the message is wonderfully simple. Be present. Observe keenly.
Pay attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Watch how a kid interacts with a pigeon, she says. There's a story there.
So the practical tip is maybe keep an observation journal. Note things others miss.
Yeah. Because, as the reader's notes put it so well, attention is currency for a writer.
That's powerful. Attention is currency. Okay, what's next?
The moral point of view.
Ooh, that sounds serious.
It's about writing with integrity, with truth. Lamott pushes us to be honest about human flaws, our own included.
And to ask yourself why you're telling this particular story.
Precisely. It's not just what story, but why. Are you trying to connect or just impress? It keeps you grounded.
Keeps it authentic.
Then we get broccoli.
Broccoli. Again, is she obsessed with vegetables?
No, it's a metaphor for intuition.
Ah, okay. Your gut feeling.
Right. Listen to your inner broccoli. If something in the story feels off, feels wrong, probably it.
Trust that little nudge.
Yeah. Pause and ask, does this feel true to the story's heart? The reader's note was great. Now trust my gut when the story feels off.
That takes practice, trusting your gut.
It does. And speaking of things that get in the way, radio station, KFKD.
Oh, my favorite, KFKD. Just brilliant.
The message. Silence the inner critic. That constant, nasty radio station in your head broadcasting self-doubt.
She describes it so perfectly, that mental noise.
And her suggestion is genius. Write a letter from your inner critic.
To mock them.
Exactly, to take away their power. The reader loved this, said they've named mine after bad FM stations and I changed the channel.
That is brilliant. Externalize it, then dismiss it.
Another gremlin she tackles. Jealousy.
Ugh. Yeah, that one's tough in creative fields.
Her advice, acknowledge it, don't let it fester. She's very honest. It's human. It happens, even if it's ugly.
So don't pretend you don't feel it.
Right. But then try to shift it. Turn envy into curiosity.
How did they do that instead of just wishing you had it?
Exactly. The notes say it's natural, but not necessary to dwell. Acknowledge, learn maybe, then move on.
Healthy reframe. Okay, what else helps the writing mindset?
Capturing ideas.
And
Index
yeah,
cards.
a classic writer tool.
Yep. Message. Capture ideas whenever they come. Keep cards handy or use a phone app. Don't let those fleeting thoughts escape.
Start a phrase vault, the notes suggested, for cool sentences or things you overhear.
Yeah. The reader said they jot things down religiously now, even at 3 a.m. Be ready for inspiration.
But what if inspiration just dries up? You feel totally stuck.
Then it's time for calling around.
Meaning, ask for help.
You got it. Ask for help when you're stuck.
Yeah.
Writing feels solitary, but Lamott reminds us it doesn't have to be.
Call a friend, vent, get another perspective.
All of the above. It's not about being a lone hero.
Which leads right into writing groups.
Community. It matters. Other writers see things you miss. They offer fresh eyes, accountability.
The notes said sharing work accelerates growth and bruises the ego in necessary ways.
Yes. Necessary bruising. It's invaluable.
And part of that community is finding someone to read your drafts.
Your first reader. Crucial. The message. Find someone honest but kind.
Lamott had her trusted few, right? That person who gives gentle but firm feedback.
Everyone needs that person. The one who will tell you, kindly, if your baby's ugly.
Finding that brutally kind friend, as the notes put it, that's a relationship built on trust.
Deep trust, yeah. And shared goals.
Okay, another technique she offers when you're stuck. Letters.
This one's interesting. Write letters to your characters, or even to your reader.
Like, dear reader, I have no idea what happens next.
Exactly. It often breaks the block because it feels less formal, less literary, more personal.
The reader found it surprisingly intimate and revealing. I can see how that might unlock things, bypass the pressure.
And then there's the big one, writer's block.
The dreaded block. What's her take?
Patience, play, and small steps. It's not a curse, she argues. It's more like a signal to slow down.
So don't panic?
Right. Take walks, change your environment, maybe even write badly on purpose just to get moving. Create a ritual for stuck days.
It makes writer's block feel less fatal, as the note said, more like a temporary pause.
Exactly. It's part of the process, not the end of it.
Okay, that brings us to part 3. Help along the way. This feels like the deeper stuff, the why.
Yeah, the motivation behind it all. Starts with writing a present.
A present? For whom?
The message is, write for one person you love.
Forget the big audience, just focus on one specific person.
Exactly. Pick a muse, someone whose opinion you truly value. The notes said, writing like you're talking to a dear friend makes it feel authentic.
Strips away the performance aspect, gets to the heart.
And speaking of heart, that leads to finding your voice.
How do you find your voice? That sounds so mystical.
Lamott demystifies it. Her message. Voice emerges through honesty and persistence. It's not invented, it's uncovered.
Dug up like treasure.
Yeah. She even suggests trying to mimic a writer you love for a week.
Really?
Yeah, then go back to your own style. It helps you hear your own natural voice more clearly. The reader said it freed me from pretension.
That's huge. Trying too hard to sound writerly.
Exactly. And ultimately, why do we do this? The Mott brings it back to giving.
Writing is generosity.
Mm-hmm. Your truths, your messy stories, they can help other people feel less alone.
Ask yourself, what pain or joy of mine could help someone else?
Yeah. It reframes writing as a gift, a way to connect. The notes called it a humbling reminder.
Which brings us to the thorny issue of publication and other reasons to write.
Ah, yes. The allure of getting published.
What's her take? Is that the ultimate goal?
Not really. Her message is clear. Publication won't save you. The process will.
Ooh, powerful. She strips the glamour off it.
Totally. Right, because you have to, because you love the process, not for fame or glory. Focus on process goals, not outcome goals.
That feels much healthier, right? Because you must.
Okay, and then the final section, part 4, the last class.
This sounds poignant.
It really is. It ties everything together with a sense of urgency, thinking about life and death.
The message being,
Life is short. Right now. Right true.
don't wait.
Don't wait. Observe life keenly, she urges, because death is a certainty. None of us get out alive.
Wow. And she suggests writing a list.
Yeah, titled, If I Don't Write This, It'll Die With Me.
That's intense, a real call to action.
It really is. It brings it all back to living fully, paying attention, and seeing writing as a way of truly being alive.
The act of creation is an act of living.
Beautifully put.
Okay, now, we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
The AI elephant, yes.
How does all this wisdom, this very human approach from bird by bird, hold up now in the age of AI where machines can churn out text?
It's the critical question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you have to imagine Anne Lamott, maybe with a wry chuckle, addressing this.
What do you think she'd say?
Something like, look, machines can write fast, sure. They can generate pages. But, she'd lean in, they don't have your garbage childhood.
Meh.
They don't have your awkward love life or the specific heartbreak you felt. They just don't have your crooked, messy, gorgeous human experience.
That's the core of it, isn't it? Our messy humanity is the differentiator.
It's our superpower, really. So for us, human creators navigating this, what are the strategies? How do we adapt?
Yeah, how do we use these tools without losing our souls?
Well, Anne's style, the advice would probably be more personally, not less.
Lean into the specifics.
Exactly. If AI is generic, you go hyper-specific. The exact way your grandpa told a story, the smell of rain on hot pavement in your hometown, that's your territory. AI can't fake lived experience.
Use AI as the assistant, the intern.
The stupid but useful assistant, maybe. Let it fetch data, summarize, brainstorm ideas.
But we do the painting, the truth-telling, the emotional heavy lifting.
Right. AI builds the scaffold, you hang the art. It's a tool, not a replacement for heart.
And embrace your weirdness.
Oh, totally. Double down on it. Your quirks, your contradictions. Right like that slightly drunk uncle at a wedding, unfiltered but tender.
Huh. No algorithm can replicate that authentic weirdness.
Nope. And she definitely emphasized community now more than ever.
Because machines can't give you feedback over coffee.
They can't laugh at your terrible first draft jokes or offer a hug when it gets tough. Real human connection, eye contact, awkward silences, that's vital.
Connection, not computation. I like that.
And always, always ask that core question. Why do I need to write this?
And if the answer is,
Because no one else must say it quite this way, with my voice, my perspective, then you're golden.
otherwise.
You might say, let the bots have it. Go live your life. Use your precious time on what truly matters to you.
Because ultimately, it's stories that save us, right? Not data dumps.
Exactly. The messy human stories where you put your guts on the page, that raw connection is unbeatable.
So the final thought from this imagined Lamott on AI session.
Probably something like, evolve, my loves, not by trying to outpace the machines, but by out-hearting them.
Out-hearting them. That's good.
Because, as she'd definitely add, robots don't cry when they write. And if you're not crying or laughing a little when you write, you're probably just typing.
Wow. Okay, so let's bring this all home. If you're listening and thinking about bird by bird, what are the absolute key takeaways? Let's boil it down. 5 core lessons.
Sounds good. First, start small. Always. Tackle anything overwhelming one tiny piece at a time. Bird by bird. Applies to writing, applies to life.
Okay. Second, embrace the shitty first drafts. Seriously. Messy beginnings are not just okay, they're necessary. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. It's freeing.
Third, perfectionism is the enemy. Let it go.
Yeah.
Aim for progress, not perfection. Write imperfectly but honestly. That's the goal.
Fourth, life is in the details. Characters, setting, truth. Observe the world deeply, listen to your gut, and let your authentic experience guide you.
And finally, fifth, write because you must. For the love of the process, for the need to express, not for fame or money or external validation. The act itself is the reward.
It really feels like the book's spirit is saying that writing, and maybe life too, is just best done, bird by bird.
Patiently, courageously.
With a wobbly but hopeful heart. It's not just for writers, is it? It's for anyone facing something big and scary.
Absolutely. Forget the finish line for a minute. Just focus on the next sentence, the next small action,
That's how the great stories get written.
and how meaningful lives get built.
So, we'll leave you with this thought. What's the next bird you're going to tackle?
Could be a creative project, could be a tough goal at work, could just be, finally making that phone call you've been putting off.
How can you apply that bird by bird idea? Just one small, honest step. That's all it takes to begin.